So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
Every worm in boat.
And that gets things running. Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy. Seriously rapid Serginho. What can we expect from him? Well, he's like a full-back, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch. Yeah, particularly the way he picks up those positions to gather goals and offer assists. Kimmich. Now it's Forlan. And back to the goalkeeper. Yamal knocks it into space. Spread neatly. Goal kick as confirmed by the referee. Somewhat off target. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Turan. No way through. It's not gone well. It's a sharp pass. Tries to pass it through. Bellingham with the delivery. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Played into space. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
An instinctive delivery. Spread out to the left. Back in once more. That has been knocked clear. Pullet was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Big chance! Looks to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Tries to play it through. And it's Serginho.
Oh, really well played.
He's got away. Cross to the back post. Oh, good effort. He's scored! And there is your opener. A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers. Little influence and all of a sudden, bang.
No, that's been intercepted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Kimmich, Saliba cuts out the pass. And here's Pulisic.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Just the keeper in his way, and the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Jesus, on a goal.
And we have our very first corner. He leaps for it! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Forlan making good progress. Wan-Bissaka cuts it out. And he's intervened well there. Looking for options for movement. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Header! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he's forced to go back. Serginho. In towards the backs. Impressive jump! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Serginho. And this is Pullet.
Munich truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Now it's Kane. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And this is Pullet. Oh, that's fabulous. He's found some space. Takes a shot! And it's in! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind...
Shapes to shoot!
No.
Against the crossbar! And he thumps it clear.
It has been indicated.
And it's Serginho. Pullet gets a foot in here. Azar. And here's Kane. Now it's Forlan. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. There's the whistle then to start the second half. It's a pretty loose pass. Silvesh is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
It's Hazard! He's delivered all right!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now
he's having a shot! It's a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Oh, delicious! Such devilish curl!
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Quite a game this, all square again.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
That has ended up in no man's land. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Serginho's cross. Oh, what has happened here? Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now it's Forlan.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's been slipped through. Shot! Kimmich can clear it away. Serginho. That's destined for the flank.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Pull it. Oh, he's been caught napping. No foul, says the referee. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He's a sharp little ball here. Gets a good foot in there. Maldini is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Well, that pass isn't the best. Akanji calmly anticipates. Not the most accurate pass. Spread it left. And it's Serginho. And there's a searching pass. Pulisic is flagged offside.
Substitution in progress.
So changes a foot here, and from both sides. Schneider closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rijkaard.
Munich clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Doku. Schneider. Played out to the left flank. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Great vision. Ooh, perfectly measured that. And the finish!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
It's their second corner of the game. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that's well spotted. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Azar. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That's a cute ball. And he's straight offside. Rijkaard. That's been cut out, well played. Nice looking ball. But they've got it again.
Added time.
Maldini. Great ball if he can get there. Offside again. Time for a change in personnel. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump cards. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
Coming on the field.
Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Number 4, Raoul.
And that is that. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. And that gets things running. Manchester United have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables Rice!
Superb from Rice! A finish of true class! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Looking for the run. He's having a hit! Oh, grappling effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
And it's played forward. Roberto Carlos, and he welcomes it in, and he's picked it up out wide. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, he was clearly disappointed. There's the shot! And no mistake. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Massaro. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Massaro. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's Haaland. And that's a good ball. And he shoots! Oh, good finish. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all...
It's goal! And he should have made them pay.
Raúl deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Now it's Forlan. Raúl, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. That has been cut short. Gerrard. Well, that is one way to stop him. Massaro. Raúl. Played in by Owen. Getting up there! Oh, he's been caught napping. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Tries one from range. He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Irwin. Akanji. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Raúl. And it's Rice. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Forlan. Looking to play him in. Rice kept his eye on it, and he's there. Irwin. It's a fancy-looking ball, that. Rice. Irwin. Oh, no joy this time. Massaro. Rice. Big chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first of the game for either side, actually. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And he cuts out the supply. Rice has found the net here, of course. Oh, that's a key interception. Now, can they get him away? Raul. Looking for options for movement. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Neymar. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Can he finish? And there's a goal! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Oh, that is a swing finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Quite a game, this. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
So really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. We score at half-time, 2-2. Back on the way then. Fallen! Now, who has another go? That is decidedly lacking.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
Rice. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, super ball! Well, that pass isn't the best. Edmilson. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Might be danger here. And that's been won straight back. And here's Neymar. And he welcomes it in. Alexander-Arnold. Gerrard.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Rice. And here's Neymar. Lovely. Now then, it's Neymar! Goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Well, this Massaro! Not a bad try by any means.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
The pass has gone astray. Hazard. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish.
The attendance for this match was 70,987.
Well, that looks a decent ball. So what can they make of this?
Munich really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Passing is crisp and sharp. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's whipped it across. Cleared without hesitation. Goes for a shot! Oh, Fine stop from the keeper. Raul is offering a right smile there. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Irwin, pass somewhat off target. Kimmich, good purposeful running this. Knocks it, and the shot! It's in! Again, we are level! What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Number 22.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So again, we have parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Great ball, and he's in here.
Well, there's no doubt that...
And the shot! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Oh, look, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Akanji. This is a promising build-up. Rice. And here's Baggio. It's Neymar! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Now it's Forlan. Tries to play it through. And here's Neymar. Oh, important interception. Can he get on the end of this? Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 10, Dennis Irwin. Number 6, Edmilson. Coming on the field, number 19, Hernandez. Number 23, Rodri.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. That has not gone well. Great vision, and he was alert to it.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Goes for the shot! That had everyone off their seats.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now he's off and running. Oh, he's found support out wide. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Shevchenko. Xavi Alonso. That was good alertness. Out towards the flank. Threads one in. Rodri makes the interception. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Spread neatly. And that will be the final act. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. And after all of that... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Club biases aside, Peter, it's going to be hard to overlook the key role and
It's Forlan! He's done very well to get to that.
Forlan actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Kamada can get it clear. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Japan have the chance to go the other way. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Played through into space. Now it's Forlan. Now it's Azar. And he's lost his man here. An uncompromising challenge. Ito did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, he's taken it. And he's quick to return it. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. He's a sharp little ball here. It's a pretty loose pass. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Rijkaard. And it's Kimmich. And this is Forlan. Ito cuts it out. Nicely weighted ball. Look at the space here. Kimmich. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now he's running away. Ito did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Some good work on the right flank here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He is through here. Now it's Doan. Nice interception, well timed. Kimmich is always scanning the pitch for targets. And no, that was never going to make it.
Japan really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Now it's Kubo. He's shifting through the gears here. Great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he skips past his man. And the finish!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Flings in across. And that has been cleared. Forlan running with intent. Great vision. Now it's Kimmich. Kamada. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Azar. Oh, now he can run away with it.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Forlan. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Roberto Carlos. Swings it across. And the keeper beats it away. Circle! And it's a goal! The first significant strike. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And this is Forlan. That's been slipped through. He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that is a little undercooked. Gerrard. Endo. And that brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Quick reminder today.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. And so the action is resumed.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And he shoots! And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
No, that's too long. Kubo wins the duel this time. Paris ended up in no man's land. Douane. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Gerrard. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? Haaland! It's a loose... Hazard! It's off target and by quite a way.
Munich certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Looking for the run. Hazard makes a dash for it. It's Hazard! It's anyone's ball. It's fallen kindly here. In he goes again. Oh, he's been caught on it here. It's their second corner of the game. That's put paid to the danger. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tries to play it through. Can he finish? Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Oh, there's a probing ball. And he was quick to react. Endo. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not. Haaland is fouled. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Referee's had a good look and given a corner. So, third corner of the game. Haaland! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And this is Hazard. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Hazard! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Kimmich. Haaland. Japan needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Haaland.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
It's full on! It's in! And again they hit the front. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And he's done it again, he's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Rijkaard. Endo gets across to intercept that. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That looks a cracking ball. Big chance! One-on-one! There's the shot! Well taken goal. Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Substitution on the field. Number 13.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Taken back almost at once. Kamada!
Number 15.
That's a fair try, but just off target.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often he'll find the net.
Xabi Alonso. Number 17. Bellingham.
That's a good run down the left. There won't be another chance after this one. Played into the box. Juke. Pull it. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, that's fabulous. And a chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Four added minutes on the board. Maida, and he's running through, takes a shot! And yes, it's there! Deep, deep into injury time! That's that, the end. Well, that was good, a terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win, and it came down. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this man, João Cancelo, is going to add so much more dynamism to his side, and he's the type of player who does well in a flowing system, in a flowing team. I like it when he moves centrally and makes himself an effective outlet. He basically can become a number 10, and he can produce some delicious little dinks over the top of any opposition defence.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. João Cancelo cuts it out. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. That is good strength. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bellingham drives it in. Wan-Bissaka with the clearance. And now the breakaway. Hazard. Good driving run. The referee's awarded a free kick. That was quite a hit. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Haaland. So it is still 0-0. Well, there's a probing ball. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Couldn't squeeze it through. Filippo Inzaghi takes a shot! Goal, England!
Messi really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
England are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Now that's well seen too. Short changes him with that pass. That has been cut short. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great vision. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Nicely weighted ball. Gerrard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Haaland. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. He has found a way through. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Forlan. Oh, perfectly measured that. And that's gone loose. Oh, what has happened here? And it's been hooked away. Now it's Azar. Oh, now here's an interesting... It's Azar! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And here's Azar. And here's Haaland. Gabriel gets a foot in here.
England definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Nicked it back promptly. And he's very much the player living the here and now. Kimmich. And this is Forlan. Driving through the middle. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. There's the delivery, and the keeper beats it away. Great defending, strong and determined. Looking here to chip it through. And the ball is out of play. Roberto Carlos. This is a promising build-up.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
He's got space here. Well, that's well spotted. Haaland just eases him off the ball. Looking for the run. And this is Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Munich can reach...
Chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping! And he shoots! And a neat finish! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And they win it back again. Probing pass. Kimmich. Hazard. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Inzaghi. Messi. Ronaldo has the space to scheme. He's had a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
The ball has bounced loose now. England appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Played into space. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Haaland! Hazard! Again, a brilliant save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
It's their second corner of the game. And that should get the job done. Fallen! And he's following up! And that is doing no harm at all. Now it's Forlan. Serginho does well to get it back. Ambitious ball here. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bellingham, given the lift of his goal. Wan-Bissaka gets across to intercept that. Kimmich. Messi.
This is the time you need that pace.
Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Tries to pass it through. Aim forwards. Silvestre. He is through here. Now, can he find a finish? Oh, well played, well played. Tries a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
Bellingham cannot be that slow, and it took the sting out of the break, and a big chance wasted.
Substitution on the field. Number 13.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 9, Diego Forlan. Number 14, Hazard. Number 18, Joshua Kimmich.
Thuram tries to
Coming
clear.
on the field. Number 15, Hullet.
Oh, that's
Number
ambitious.
19, Memphis.
And he has kept
Number
it out
22,
somehow.
João Cancelo is offering a wry smile there.
Substitution in progress.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
England do have a chance to counter here. He's a sharp little ball here. And that pass just didn't quite work. No way through. And it's Bellingham. Olise, and the through ball. Inzaghi unable to make it happen for all his... It's Inzaghi! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. No, that's been intercepted. Bellingham. That's an imaginative pass. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Bellingham shoots! And again! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Olise, and he's managed to get free. Oh, shooting chance! And again! And that's a sharp finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. Mbappe at his razor-sharp best there.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
England are at the peak of their power. There's the shot! And there's a goal! And And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Memphis Depay! So, third corner of the game.
Substitution.
That has been knocked clear. And that's it. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And this is Cruyff. Here's and a chance!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. Forlan. Short changes him with that pass. And that is a little undercooked. Kimmich. Kimmich's cross. And the keeper gets his hands on it. That's really well manoeuvred. Out towards the flank. Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. And here's Cruyff. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff's cross. And that's been well dealt with.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Kimmich clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's come back out to him. It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
And yes, it's him again. Oh, terrible mistake. Now there's a probing ball. And that's another good win of the ball. Knocks it into space. Madueke. Kimmich.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Madueke is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Driving through the middle. Big chance! It's loose now. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Delivers, and he's following up. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Tries to play it through. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Nicely weighted ball. Batistuta, and it's Kimmich. Nice looking ball. Batistuta has the space to scheme. Towering header! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
He can run onto that. Great ball, and he's in. Tries a shot! Rijkaard. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Shot could be, and the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are disappearing out of sight.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was Really clever.
Oh, he's one-on-one! Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ronaldinho, there's the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
He's shifting through the gears here. And he lines up a cross. Oh, good climb! It's a goal! And they're threatening to fly away here. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
This is a gloriously... And Cruyff! And he's stuck it away. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we.